What's up guys, Dan here, and I am finally back with another video. It's been a minute and a half since my last one, so I thought it'd be time to give you guys a little update on what's going on, and more importantly talk to you about why I will not be competing in this year's World Championship. So since my last video I have been in Paros, a small island in Greece, where there are about 10 kite fall races. We went there for a 2-week-long training camp, which wrapped up about 2 days ago. We had really successful training block, had good racing, really good conditions, and just a great camp all around. I'm going to sprinkle in some of the footage from the camp into this video. But yeah, made some massive improvements. Roman came along, some of the guys from our last Tarifa camp came along as well. Plus a heap of other riders, so that was really good. And all those guys were preparing for the World Championships, except for me. So this year, if you're not aware, the World Championship is part of the bigger World Sailing Combined Classes World Championship. So every Olympic class is going to be there. It's going to be massive, and it is the first chance to qualify for the 2024 Olympics. So it's a super important World Championship this year, and basically when I moved to Tarifa this year, the whole idea was that this was going to be my sort of peak event for the first half of the season. Going into the spring racing this year, so that was the event in Palma, which I didn't do, and the event in Hierz, which I did do, and I vlogged about in this video. I knew that those two events were going to be qualifiers for the World Championships. Personally, I didn't think that I would be ready for Palma or in a pace to qualify yet for the World Championships, so I did not do that event, but I obviously did do the Hierz event. Prior to attending those events, I knew that Australia had been given 5 places for this World Championship, and I also knew that there's really only about 4 guys who are actively going for the Olympic spot. So I thought, okay, no worries, there's 5 places, 4 guys, obviously I'll get a place very easily. But that's not the case. A couple of weeks after the Hierz event, I received the selection email for both the Olympic test event and the World Championships. And basically there were only 3 names on the list. And obviously I was not one of them. So that was a pretty big shock. Up until that point, I had no idea that Australia would not be taking all 5 places, because the only thing I'd heard was that we have 5 places and we want to know who's interested in going. So I assumed, yeah, sure, this is a lock. And so I emailed them back and asked, okay, what's going on? Is there a mistake here? You know, I was really confused and quite pissed off because, you know, this World Championships is supposed to be will be a really massive event and will be really crucial for the Olympic selection. And basically they told me that when they send people to this World Championship, because of how massive it is and how low on resources the organizing authority are, each coach from each country is solely responsible for the safety of the sailors from their country. So in this case, if something happened to me on the water, then the coach from Australia would be responsible for my rescue and my safety. And obviously I'm not really working with the Australian system at the moment. I'm doing everything on my own, and so the Australian sailing team did not want to have that responsibility, which I completely understand. But obviously that leaves me without a place for the World Championship. So going forward, you know, I could choose to be really angry about not being given a place at the World Championships, but I've chosen to be actually kind of grateful for it, because I know many people who are going, and they're all spending at least $5,000 to $10,000 just attending this one event. And obviously that, for me, is probably not the best use of my money. So instead, I now have a place for the European Championship, which is in late September in the UK. That's going to be the peak event for me for this summer. And I'm going to go there, try and get the best result possible, and see how much my training's been paying off. And in terms of this channel, I'm hoping now that this Paros Greece camp is over, I'm able to get back on schedule with posting, because I have been really slack, and I'm sorry about that. The plan is to continue posting once a week each Thursday, doing a mix of vlogs and how-to videos. So this should be the first video of many more to come. The goal is still to get to 1K subscribers this year on this channel. So stay tuned for more videos, and thank you for watching.